Good Tuesday morning, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Joseph Peterson, and let's go in and talk about the weather for your Tuesday. Starting off, what is going on right now throughout the entire state of South Carolina? Right now, nothing. Nice and dry, but we do have some special weather statements going on throughout the state. That includes all, at least most of, but all the Midlands, most of the Petey areas, a little bit of the Grand Strand, and then the inland low country. These areas have a special weather statement out for fire weather for today, even though we don't have a direct fire critical conditions from the SPC outlook. We still are looking at potentially some dangerous fire conditions today, and we'll talk about that once we get to the fire condition. But for right now, current conditions, nothing going on. If we look at the entire U.S., we do in fact have some rainfall going on, and we have some snowfall. We have rainfall going on over here, obviously, Florida, southern Georgia. We have some rainfall in Texas, as well as New Mexico. Some rainfall with some snowfall in Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, even some snowfall in North Dakota, and also up here in the Northeast, we have some snowfall going on up here as well. Now, if we go on and look at over here in the west, look at how clear it is over here, nice and dry. The northern Rockies, nice and dry over there. The western, or most of the deep south just in general, looking good. Now, cloud cover, we are still covered with clouds right now. Still covered, the entire state, so we do have to continue to look for that. And just the fact how we're not going to get too much sunshine, especially if you're over there in the eastern parts of the state. Now, what about the cloud cover for the future? Well, we push this forward all the way to 10 a.m., 11, 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m. I mean, we're just continuing to see a little bit of a decrease in terms of that cloud cover in the upstate, but everybody else is still staying pretty cloudy. And if you continue all the way here, 6 p.m., here's 7 p.m., here's 8 p.m., you can see it's continuing to move its way over to the east. But look, the Tri-County areas, the coastal low country areas, PD, Grand Strand areas are still covered with cloud cover. As you get to 11 p.m. to 12 o'clock in the morning, even 1 o'clock in the morning, cloud cover from that original system is now moving off. But look at the west. We have some more cloud cover maybe trying to move its way through as you get into tonight. So it's definitely going to be decreasing clouds by the time we get throughout the rest of the day today. But some more cloud cover from the west could potentially try to make it a bit more interesting. And the fact that it's not probably going to be as much in terms of the widespreadivity of this cloud cover that we have right now. It's probably not going to be that widespread the next round. Now, in terms of current temperatures right now, we have around 54 in Somerville, 56 in Charleston, as well as Beaufort, 59 Hilton Island, as well as 50 in Orangeburg, 55 Georgetown, 57 in Murray's Inlet, 56 Myrtle Beach, 51 in Conway, as well as 50 in Florence, 50 Lugoff, and 50 in Sumter, 52 in Aiken, and 52 in Newberry, 51 Lawrence, and 53 in Greenwood, 52 Anderson, and 51 in Clemson, 53 Greenville, as well as 50 Spartanburg, 49 Gaffney, 51 in York. Air quality for today, we are for the most part good, but there are some areas that are inside the moderate on the U.S. Air Quality Index, 51 through 100, and that includes areas over there in the Grand Strand area, over there in the eastern PD areas, the western low country, the very far western Midlands, and a good amount of the upstate. So if you're in those areas, you just keep an eye out for it, and it shouldn't be as bad as unhealthy for sensitive groups or unhealthy or very unhealthy, but you still you need to watch out for that as we go into today. High temperatures for today, we have around 72 in Greenville, 71 in Spartanburg, as well as Lawrence, Newberry, 70, Winsboro, 73 in Columbia, and 73 in Aiken, 73, Bournwell, 72 in Orangeburg, 70 in Moncks Corner in Charleston, as well as 69 in Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, 71 in Florence, Sumter, as well as 70 in Dillon. Now, in terms of winds for the most part are going to be around maybe around 7, 8, 9 miles an hour, all the way up to around 15 or so. And those wind gusts, because this is sustained winds, those wind gusts are going to be up to around 15, 20, 25 miles per hour or so. And so it's going to continue to go up and up and up in terms of those wind gusts, which brings us that fire weather risk today. And what also aids is that there's no precipitation. No precipitation is expected today. So again, that's another reason why right there that fire weather is going to continue to kind of stay with us. Now for the crazy score. If you have no idea what the crazy score is, it is a score that we see how active the conditions are throughout the entire state of South Carolina. And right now we're at a 20. Why? Well, for the most part, it's really just because we obviously have the fire weather concerns. We have the cloudy conditions. It's going to be a bit breezy as well. All of that adds on. Temperatures are going to be, for the most part, pretty mild as well. And then also, conditions out there are dry. So all of that kind of adds together to bring us into the the mild area. Now for the SPC outlook today, no thunderstorms are expected. Excessive rainfall, no excessive rainfall. And then here's the fire weather threat. Again, SPC does not put a fire weather condition on or in the state, rather it be a elevated, a critical, or an extremely critical. So we technically, you would see this map and you'd be like, oh, well, I guess we don't have a risk for it today. But no, there is a risk according to the National Weather Service, but the Storm Prediction Center just doesn't think that it's as, maybe that it's not up to a certain threshold enough for them to where they're just like, okay, yes, we need to put something out for this, but maybe it's not dangerous enough to go in and put us in the risk. So that's why we have this here. Now, tomorrow, the threat is high enough, and we'll talk about that tonight. So let's go in now and talk about the models. Time's at the bottom part of your screen, and we're not going to be talking about the models for probably more than 30 seconds, or probably even more than 15, because just as you push this forward, continue all the way through 2 p.m., 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, just continuing to stay dry all the way throughout to 12 o'clock in the morning. And that's all they have to say. So make sure that if you have not hit the like button yet, go in and do so. Also hit the subscribe button. We're at 726, trying to get to that main goal of 800. Also share with your friends, your family members, your acquaintances, people that you don't even talk to regularly, because it's free. And not only you, but the person you share it to can share it unlimitedly. Like, you don't have to pay for anything. I'm not going to take a dime out of your account. I'm not going to take a penny out of your account. It's going to continue to be free. But that's all. Make sure you go in and hit those 2 buttons before you leave if you're new, and I'll be back tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. for your Tuesday evening forecast update, and then tomorrow with your Wednesday morning forecast update.